Welcome, and thank you for watching the Hospice Introduction to the QIES ASAP and Casper Reporting Training Module. This introductory training module is the first in a series of Webex training modules designed to introduce you to the QIES ASAP and Casper reporting systems. 7 short Webex training modules have been created to illustrate each of the major technical functions required for successful submission of your hospice item set or HIS records. A review of these training modules will be discussed later in this Webex. It is recommended that you watch the modules in numerical order following this introduction and refer to them and the related training guides for information on the technical functions. Training slides were posted along with this introductory module on the QIES website. Please print this document and use it as a reference as it contains the new acronyms and terms that you will encounter throughout the registration and submission process. In this introductory module, the following topics will be reviewed. Acronyms. Acronyms that are used in this module are contained in the introductory module training slides. Please refer to the training slides to learn the definition of each acronym. The QIES website, the minimum hardware and software requirements for your PC, the location of detailed technical information, hospice technical training opportunities, and QIES help desk information. Since you are viewing this training, you have already been introduced to a very important website, QIES.com. This is the QIES Technical Support Office website. QIES is CMS's Quality Improvement and Evaluation System. This system collects and validates patient data from designated providers and produces quality measure and other provider reports. Hospice is the newest provider type for this collection. QIES also collects and reports on survey and certification data for all certified providers. The QIES website contains the Hospice Technical Users Guides and other important technical information that you will use for your user ID registration and the HIS record submission process. It is recommended that you bookmark this site for future use. One of the first postings you will see on the QIES website homepage is the minimum system requirements for home health agencies, hospice providers, long-term care facilities, inpatient rehabilitation facilities, and long-term care hospitals. To view a list of the minimum system requirements, select the FY 2014 System Requirements link. Displayed are the minimum hardware and software requirements for the PC that will be used to access the QIES ASAP and Casper reporting systems. ASAP is Assessment, Submission, and Processing. This is the part of the QIES system where the CMS-required hospice item set, or HIS records, are submitted and processed. Casper is Certification and Survey Provider Enhanced Reporting. This is the application where users may obtain reports about the HIS records submitted to the ASAP system. Please print these system requirements and distribute to your IT personnel to ensure you have the proper hardware and software for the July 1st implementation date. Pay special attention to the operating system and Internet browser requirements. For new computers, the minimum operating system allowed is Windows 7 32-bit or Windows 7 64-bit with all current security patches. The browser requirement for new computers is Internet Explorer version 9.0. For existing computers, the minimum operating system allowed is Windows XP 32-bit or Windows Vista 32-bit with all current security patches. The browser requirement for existing computers is Internet Explorer version 8.0 or Internet Explorer version 9.0. Should you encounter difficulty in verifying your existing system hardware and software configuration, contact your hospice computer support personnel, the specific hardware and software vendors, or the vendor who provided you with the HIS data encoding software as appropriate. Additional information necessary for hospice providers is available on the QIES website. Select the hospice link in the left navigational bar to find additional information for hospice providers. The first few links on this page will take you directly to the appropriate CMS page for the topic listed. Other notices and information are listed on this page. You should visit this page frequently to stay current with important hospice-specific information. Select the Hospice User Guides and Training link located in the navigation bar at the top of the page to access technical user guides and other information. A very important technical users guide called the Hospice Item Set Submission Users Guide is posted here. Please print the Hospice Submission Users Guide and refer to it in conjunction with the training module viewing. Shown here are the individual sections of the Hospice Submission Users Guide. It is strongly recommended that you print each of these sections as they contain detailed instructions on many of the functions that will be covered in this Webex series. A description of the 7 Webex training modules will now be presented. Please follow along in your training slides as the modules are described. You may access these modules by selecting the online training link in the left navigational bar on the QIES website. Select the Hospice link on the QIES eUniversity page, and a list of the Hospice training modules displays. The modules will demonstrate the major functional tasks needed to ensure successful registration for user IDs and submission of your hospice item set records to the QIES ASAP system. For detailed step-by-step instructions, please print the supplemental information posted with each training module. For a complete list of instructions, print and refer to the Hospice Item Set Submission Users Guide. The first training module is the Introduction. This training module provides an introduction to the QIES ASAP and Casper reporting systems. Module 1, Obtaining a Cmsnet User ID, outlines the necessary steps to obtain a Cmsnet User ID. This user ID is required to access CMS's private network where the QIES ASAP and Casper reporting systems reside. Module 2, Installing Juniper software to access Cmsnet, addresses the installation of the Juniper software required to access the QIES systems. Module 3, Obtaining a QIES User ID, outlines the necessary steps to register for your QIES User ID that allows you to access the QIES ASAP system to submit HIS records and to the Casper reporting system to access hospice reports. Module 4, HIS File Submission, demonstrates the steps to submit HIS records to the QIES ASAP system. Module 5, Retrieving the Final Validation Report, demonstrates how to locate the Final Validation Report in the Casper system. This report contains information about each of the HIS records submitted. You will need to locate the Final Validation Report in the Casper system to ensure your records were accepted by the QIES ASAP system. The Final Validation Report is also known as the Hospice Final Validation Report. This report provides detailed processing information about the HIS records contained in the submission file. Module 6, Interpreting the Final Validation Report, provides information about reviewing and interpreting the Final Validation Report and gives you guidance about addressing errors that may return on the report. Module 7, Casper Reports for Hospices, demonstrates how to request other hospice reports available to you in the Casper system. If at any point in this process you need assistance, you may contact the QIES Technical Support Office Help Desk at 877-2